Mothers, maybe?
Mothers.
2002?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes.
That work, it was 6 solos, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rephrase that. It was 6 statements. Okay, I'd rather say it that way.
Not a problem.
Okay, because it wasn't really 6 solos. It was movement in between, but basically it was 6 statements about 6 different women who had lost sons.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to comment on a couple of those because I thought that the way you treated the movement qualities, and some of them were very beautiful, very different. I thought the opening one for Gandhi, for instance, she was so lyric, and then it kind of captured a quality, peace, and a quality that would have been very Gandhi-esque.
Naoko, physics of a person. Yes, she moves very beautifully. And we actually got into a discussion about, okay, you can mesmerize us with your movement quality, but you still have to have something behind it.
Right.
You know, you have to be able to let us feel a sense of simplicity about dealing with that human dilemma, you know, within Gandhi's life, and how he may have learned that from his mother, I say. But we know Gandhi. We don't know the mother. You know, we do typical things until we tear back the layers of what's behind the typical thing till it becomes something authentic for that individual dancing that part. You know, and so we went through that process with a lot of the mothers. Challenging.
Savannah. What I saw with her that was really wonderful was a lot of the choreography was upstage, so you saw her back a lot of the time, and I know that she is such an accomplished artist. Well, they all were. But you were able to manipulate her back in such a way that it always reminded me of Commedia dell'arte, the concept of the back talking and speaking to the audience with the back. And I thought that was wonderful. And she was so good at it that I would wait for those passages when she would be upstage, and she would literally be, the way the gestural shapes that you took required you to use your center, required the movement to work through the core and into the back. And so it wasn't an arm gesture that was happening, it was a movement that originated someplace else that eventually went through the hands and arms. And so when she was upstage, you could see that so clearly through her back.
She, Usha, again, it was a process, challenging. It was very challenging for her. I think we had a long talk over a glass of wine. She says, it's very scary to turn my back to the audience because her previous experiences in other companies, it was very much always frontal, you know, for her. And I said, because our eyes are set in our head in a certain way doesn't mean things behind us are not valid, you know. And so I said, let's spend some time just like having your back to the audience so you can be, more friendly, become friendly with that. And it was hard for her, very, very challenging to actually do exactly what you said, which is to let it come from your core before being external, And at first, it was very big, over the top at one point. And then she got frustrated. And I said, okay, to myself, okay, now we're getting ready to go somewhere. She got frustrated. She got tired of herself doing it one way. And so what she did is, at one moment, she broke down and cried a bit. And she said, okay, I don't know where to go with this. I'm afraid of this. And I said, okay, fine. Then she went to this point that you're talking about. And because she was tired and exhausted, she said, I'm just going to do this much right now. And I said, that's where you should start. A lot less is better, And then she started from there, and it began to build somewhere. And it was great to watch all of them go through a similar process of struggle, dialogue, silence, and going back at it, and wondering, how do I actually convey this person that no one knows about? How do I tell this person's story?
But see, that's part of you as the teacher.
Yeah.
That's that person.
That was hard. As what you just said now, I had to call mentors and go, I don't think I know exactly what I'm doing. I have some ideas. Tell me about my ideas,